and we only need Alice, Bob, and Kathy. We set the delay from Alice to Bob at 0, Alice to Kathy at 10 seconds, and Bob to Alice at 0, Bob to Kathy is 0, Kathy to Alice is 0, and Kathy to Bob is 0. And now we sent a message from Alice down to Bob and Kathy. And then Kathy sent lunch. And then Bob sent lunch to both Alice and Kathy. Yeah. And because it's causal mode, the Kathy will receive done and then lunch. You can answer no, I have not done, and yes, I have lunch. Okay. And if we turn off the causal mode, Alice said done, and to Bob and Kathy, Bob said lunch. We can receive Bob said lunch, and then Kathy said done, and Kathy said yes, I have lunch, but no, I haven't done. In this case, Bob thought that Kathy said yes, I have done, but I do not have lunch, which is a misunderstanding of Kathy's answer. Okay, now we will simulate the scenario 2 like this. To simulate this scenario, we should set the delay time a little different from the scenario 1. We set the delay from Alice to Kathy and Bob a very large time. But set the Alice to David at 0. Set Bob to Alice a very large time. Set Bob to Kathy at 0. Bob to David it's 30 seconds. And Kathy to Bob is a very large time. Kathy to Alice a very large time. Kathy to David is 0. Now we enter little b to others, little a to others, and little c to others. Because it's not causable, even though the Kathy sent C to David after received little b, David can process little c normally because it's not belong to the causality mode. Now Bob B comes in, which is little different from the Kathy and Bob's causality. And if we select the causality mode, we set a BB, AA, and CC. Now, David only received and processed AA from Alice, and David need to wait for the little BB and then to process little CC. Which this will need to wait 30 seconds because we set the delay. It's 30 seconds. Oh yeah, it comes in. Yeah, David received BB and then processed BB and then processed CC. And David also. Now I will show you what will happen if we turn off the causality from off. For example, if we send lunch and since no, there will be nothing, but if we turn off the causality, no will appear immediately because we process the buffer immediately after we turn off the causality. and now lunch comes in. And this breaks the causality. That's what we want. Okay. And after we turn off the causality mode altogether and then turn on, the time step will be updated, will be reset. For example, if we set lunch 1 and no 1, you can find that the time step becomes 1001. This is the message time, the time step from Kathy. Yeah. Then the causality can be processed well. Okay. This is demo for scenario 3. Here we set Alice can only send message to Kathy and David. So we set Bob's delay very large, and we assume that David can only send message to Kathy. So we set the delay to Alice and David very large, and we assume Kathy can only send message to David. So we set the Alice and Bob's delay very large. Now we can start to do something. We let Bob set down, and then let Alice's lunch. Now Kathy received the done and lunch message and answers, "No, I'm not done, but I have lunch," and send out. This time, David will never receive Kathy's message. If David cannot receive the message from Bob, because Kathy's answer happens after the course of done and lunch. So, here, if we do something like this, if we now we'll simulate the scenario 3 like this, but although B will send to Kathy, but B can also send to David, but this will be wait for a very long time, and we'll show the demo like this. If Bob says add 1, then Alice says add 2, then Kathy says total then equals 3, and David will not see total equals 3 until received Bob says add 1. Because the total 3 has 2 causality, add 1 and add 2. And now Bob send David add 1, so Kathy's total equals 3 can be processed. So if we said add 5, add 1, add 2, and add 1, total equals 3. And we do not to wait, we can just turn off the cancel. We will see the result, total equals 3. But this is not this is not causal, because David didn't receive add 2 from Bob. Okay. So we can cancel all causal here, and if we set add 1 and add 1, Kathy say add 1 and set total equals 2. David will see total equals 2 immediately. Mm, this is the uncausal mode.